Okay, yeah. So Java is completed, which is for testing, especially. Okay. So under Java, we have covered the basics of core Java, and then we have covered object-oriented programming, and then we have covered collections, and then we have covered okay, okay, uh, file input output operations, where we have created how to create a file, delete a file, and then how to append the data, read the data, write the data, and so on. Right. So if you have any questions in Java, just let me know. So because we have taken so many days for Java itself, so I'll get into Selenium, which is required for mobile testing. Let me know if you have any questions in Java. But this is more than enough for testing. Okay, more than
Okay.
enough. Mhm.
Yeah, I found collections and file input output operations that little complex. Otherwise, I found it okay. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. See,
maybe
they're complex because we don't use very frequently. That's why. Okay, every day to day we can't use it, right? Whenever it is required, we use. Even I think you are in some API testing, right? You are into.
yeah,
So to use Java, we don't use.
no.
That's why. That's why I feel difficult. Okay, but otherwise they are easy actually. I think collections are nothing but to perform okay, CRUD operations, especially creating, okay, and deleting, updating, okay, uh, okay, then reading data, okay, is possible with the collections. Why can't you use arrays? Arrays has a limitation. Why can't you use strings? Strings has a limitation. Why can't you use a primitive data types? Because primitive data types can be used to store a single unit of data. We can't use a bunch of our collection of data. That's the reason we call collections, right? Collections is a class. Inside a collections, we have so many okay collection objects like list array, and then linked list, and then hash map, hash table, okay, hash tree, and so on. So array is not a dynamic array, but if you create list array can act as a dynamic array or resizable array. Okay, in runtime, array list can okay shrink and expand okay without much difficulty. Okay, but array, if you take array, it's a fixed data structure. Okay, if you define the index value 10, only we can add only 10 values. That too is a linear data type. Okay, so memory locations are allocated in a continuous manner. Okay, coming to linked list basically does not store values in a continuous memory locations, but it occupies more memory when we compare with the array list. Why? Because it needs to store both the address of the previous element and the node and the next element if it is a linked list. So automatically memory, okay, linked list occupies more memory than a array list. Okay, so array list basically we can remove, add, delete, any kind of operations can be performed. Okay, and the linked list also can perform. But what's the difference between array list and linked list? Okay, searching an element in a linked list is much faster than a linked list. Okay, array list performs search operations much easier than linked list because linked list also stores element in continuous memory locations, and we basically okay traverse the elements using index values. But when it comes to linked list, even though we are using index values, okay, it basically stores previous and next element and the node values in the current node. So if you want to perform a remove operations, basically remove operations can be performed effectively when we compare to linked list. Okay, yeah, we have discussed already this one already. points, but I'm just giving brief overview. Then coming to testing part, we use Arraylist very frequently. Why? Because most of the times we traverse and search the elements in the test data. That's why. Okay. Hash map and hash table, again, there is a mapper interface. Implementation of the hash actually. Okay. So hash table also. What's the difference between a hash table and a hash map? Hash table and hash map. Hash map basically organizes the test data using a key and value pair. Okay, key and a value pair. Okay, then what's the difference between a set and table? Set does not allow duplicate entries, but table allows a duplicate entries. Okay, that's the difference between a set and a table. Main differences. Okay, so there are collections and then file input output operations. We know already. First, whatever the object we are dealing, basically these are files. First, we have to create a file object, and then we have to create a file input stream to read the data. After that, buffer stream you have to create, because the data whatever you are reading, first of all needs to be copied into the buffer array. After placing the copy data into buffer array, we read the data in a while by using a while loop. Okay, and then similarly we apply the same logic for a write data also. We can read the data and write the data. For reading we use a file input stream. For writing we use a file output stream. Okay. Along with that, we have so many other commands are there, like does the file is okay hidden mode or not, or it is a read-only file or not. We can make a directory and we can delete a directory. We can find the latest updated timestamp of the file and so on. Those are very easy commands. Okay, yeah, but we took a lot of time basically to, I think we are discussing from past 1 month, more than 1 month we are discussing Java. Let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Then today I will give you a brief overview about Selenium. Okay, because Selenium framework which is used in RPM. That's why we need to discuss Selenium. Okay, so what is RPM? What is Selenium?
Selenium is a framework which is used for automating web applications.
Okay, technically, what is Selenium WebDriver?
No idea.
Yeah. By the way, have you automated by using Selenium? Then I don't want to
Selenium, yeah,
cover
I just did
basics.
one program. I don't have much about this. No, I have not automated much.
Yeah, not automated. If you know basics, you can skip and then we can continue. That's why I'm asking. Okay. Selenium WebDriver. What is Selenium WebDriver? Technically speaking, WebDriver is an interface. Okay. Technically speaking, WebDriver is an interface. Okay. What is this interface? So, what is interface in Java? What is interface in Java? We have
We
discussed
can,
recent
we can,
aspect.
yeah, we can define the methods in that.
Correct. Okay. Interface. Name of the interface inside this. Okay. We have a okay. So methods like login, not even spiral brackets of logout. So we simply have signature of a method. We don't implement these methods when we declare and define interfaces. Why? What is the reason?
Yeah, in interface we cannot define the method. We just have to declare the methods. And when we inherit this, then only we can define.
Yeah. The reason is basically we don't know who is going to implement interface. Okay. So there's a class one implements interface name, interface one. There is another class. This guy also tried to implement class implements I2. So if he implements I1, what is his job actually? His job is mandatorily he has to implement all the abstract methods. Okay, declared inside the interface. Similarly, this class also, class C1, just assume this is class 2, C2. This is class C1. Okay. So class C1 and class C2. So why actually, why it is so mandatory? Because from class to class, they have their own local implementation. Class C1 has an implementation, different implementation. Class 2 has a different implementation for interface. Example, I want to process the payroll. Okay, I'm just going to create a payment, okay, salary processing. Inside salary processing, we have one method called calculate salary. Okay, so there are two classes. One is a government employee, another class is actually public servant. Okay, sorry, government servant and public private servant or private employee. Government employee, private employee. Government employees salary calculation is different than a private employee, right? Government employee has okay, DA and other related central government salary components, but private employee does not have all those components. Clear? So, but calculating salary is the same. Every employee at the end of the month, the salary needs to be processed. Is it clear? Yeah.
Yeah,
So then why they have made this Selenium WebDriver as an interface? Because as we know, Selenium is basically a web automation tool. Okay, at the end of the day, we don't know which browser is going to use. Browser. It might be IE, it might be a Chrome. Okay, it might be any other browser. Okay, if it is an IE, basically, okay, if it is an IE, the implementation of WebDriver is different. For Chrome, the implementation of again WebDriver is different. Why? Why? Because IE is entirely different entity and Chrome is entirely different entity. The two different vendors has created IE and Chrome. Chrome was, I think we know, created by Google. IE was created by some Microsoft actually. So this can't be leveraged. I mean, there won't be a single WebDriver instance can be leveraged across the multiple browsers. Okay. So the class IE is going to implement, okay, WebDriver. Then Chrome is going to implement a WebDriver. Okay, that's why, okay, technically the WebDriver is an interface. Are you clear?
yeah.
Okay,
So what here the browser will do if they implement it?
browser
They
window.
will, yeah. What if the browser implements WebDriver? Will they modify the methods of WebDriver then?
Yes, of course, right? Modified in the sense, see, browser have Chrome class has so many methods. Okay, Chrome class contains navigate, refresh, okay, and then maximize, get to title window, and so on. Okay, but along with the driver interface, driver interface contains find element, just changing find element, okay, and then implicit wait, and explicit wait, and so on, or fluent wait, some other method. So if Chrome is implementing a WebDriver, what will happen? Tell me. If Chrome implements WebDriver, what happens? What happens? No, what happens is actually now, okay, the Chrome driver equals to the methods of Chrome plus, okay, plus methods of WebDriver, right? The Chrome driver will have methods of Chrome as well as methods of
Yeah.
Web. Is it clear?
Yeah.
That's it. Very simple. Okay. So they nobody will ask these questions, but technically this is the internal logic behind making WebDriver as an interface. Even if you go to interview, they never ask. Okay, but they may ask why they made it as an interface. Okay, you can simply say there are so many browsers out there. Each browser has native methods. Okay, that's the reason they have created WebDriver as an interface. Okay, because of this, we can leverage the methods developed at the browser level, and the methods available at a WebDriver can be used. Okay, by using the instance of the browser class. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, we know already what is Selenium. Selenium is an open source automation tool, and it validates web applications across browsers, platforms. That's one of the biggest advantage. Okay, you can use multiple programming languages, Java, C Sharp, Python, so many languages support JavaScript and so on. Okay. Basically, we can do testing using Selenium tool. Okay. So what are the, yeah, Selenium basically not just a single tool, it is a suite of softwares. Okay, we know that already. See, what are those tools actually? What are the tools we have under Selenium? Okay, why those tools are not prominent when we compare to Selenium WebDriver? Okay, I'll brief you what are the set of tools, suite of softwares. Okay, and what are the needs? What are the advantages with each and every tool? First, we'll see Selenium. Okay, WebDriver, and then Selenium RC, and then Selenium IDE. Okay, what is a Selenium IDE basically? Selenium IDE. What is Selenium IDE? Selenium IDE is basically for record and playback our test scripts. We use Selenium IDE. Record and playback. Okay, simply record and playback. We can't enhance. We can't really enhance any kind of test scripts. But as a matured programmer, we never use Selenium IDE. Clear? As a mature programmer, that means you know already how to use Java and you know how to create test scripts. Then we never touch Selenium IDE. Okay, but I will show you quickly at a very high level how it looks like. Okay, this is a Selenium IDE. Just look at this one. Okay, how do you install the Selenium IDE? As usual, you have to go to, okay, there's a portal called selenium.dev. Selenium.dev. Okay, this is a portal. You can go here and you can download. Okay, so under downloads, you can find the link. Yeah. So basically, Selenium IDE is a plugin, okay, which enables tester to record and playback user interactions with the browser. Okay, either you can use Chrome or Firefox or Edge, whatever the okay plugin which is suitable for you can download. If you click here, automatically Chrome plugin with Selenium IDE will come. Okay, no, it's simply navigate to some other page, that extension page. Yeah, here again say extension page. Okay, So extensions of Chrome driver. See, it is already there for me. Okay, if you are new to this, it will show here. Please install Chrome. Okay, install Selenium IDE for Chrome. You have to click that button. Automatically, the ID will be added to your browser. After adding, how to check whether it has been really added or not? How to check? Just go to settings. Today I don't know. Actually, it's not responding. Maybe I don't know. I struggled a lot to open page. I have to restart the system. Okay,
Okay.
but yeah, fine. Settings. Go to extensions. Okay, here you can see what are the extensions required. Okay. See, I have Selenium ID. Okay. So if you want to remove, you can remove. Okay, but I will straight away we'll go to Selenium ID and record some scripts basically. I don't want to take much time here. Okay, because we don't use Selenium ID. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Just record new right in okay. See, before going to do that, I just want to capture the URL of the application. Okay. No, it's not working. No, I'm just checking some Lab sample project. Okay. I think this one. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to copy it. Yeah. Record now. Where is this? Yeah. Record new destroy. Just enter the URL here. Just click. Okay. I think project name. Control here. So yeah. So automation. What is the date today? It's 17th. September. Okay. Just click OK. This is a URL you have to pass. Start recording. I'm presuming that you know recording. And have you worked on Selenium IDE by any chance, Manish?
No.
No, okay, but not required. Okay, because okay, in actual project, people never use the Selenium IDE. Okay. This for but freshers it is useful. Those who don't know anything about automation or thing, they will use that is useful actually. So standard user. Okay, just click log. Okay, just go here. Log out the application. Okay, so just come here. Still recording. I'm just going to stop recording. Okay, so test name login. So this is a recorded data. Here you can see command, target, value. Actually, Selenium ID stores recorded data in a tabular format. Clear? So it basically stores recorded data in a table format. These commands are called as Selenium commands. Okay, these commands are called as Selenium commands. Okay, so if you just I mean recording is over. Then if you click playback, it simply playback your test script. That's all. Just enter username, enter password, click log, and then go to log out, and then log out. That's all. Okay. So basically, we can record it. But what about enhancement? I want to enhance and put some verification point, validation point. That we can't do it. Okay. So that is the reason. Okay, a mature programmer doesn't use Selenium IDE, but this is actually how we record and playback our test steps using Selenium IDE. Okay. Another advantage with Selenium IDE, basically, we can export the test script. Okay, we can export the test script in the required programming language. See, just click export. Here, these many frameworks it supports. C# with NUnit, C# with the XUnit, Java, JUnit, JavaScript, Mocha, Python, PyTest, Ruby, RSpec. Clear? So you can use any one of these programming languages. You can simply click export. Okay, where do you want to export actually? So you can simply go to C drive and Selenium IDE file somewhere. Just IDE file. Here you can store. Okay. Swag login test. Just click save. Okay. Just click OK. I just want to show you how the generated test script looks like. This is how actually the generated test script looks like. Okay. So this is a script where we have a class called swag login test. Inside that there is a test. Inside test we have a swag login. Inside swag login, this is a Selenium generated code. Have you developed this code? No. Okay, it is generated by Selenium IDE. Correct? We can enhance the code. I mean, we need to tweak. We can't use the script as it is, but we need to tweak here and there. I mean, you can run it. Okay. You can tweak the code here and there, and you can run it. Am I clear?
So this is what this is the exported. This is exported from ID. Is it? Is it?
Yeah. It is generated by. It is readily generated by the Selenium IDE code. Okay.
Okay. And this is not so useful, so that's why we don't use it.
Correct. Not so useful means you can enhance the code here, but you can't enhance here.
Can you
You can
show that
copy this
once how
code.
you got this file?
Yeah, you can go here, use that log. Okay, just go to export. Okay, just select this and then just export all.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know if you have any questions. But you
So
can
at least
tweak
50 to
here and there,
60%,
basically. Okay, if you want to add any
50 to
step.
60% we can use, right?
Yeah.
50 to 60% at least we can use of that generated.
No, how we can use? No, we
Like
can't
without
use.
modification.
No, we can't use. Yeah, with modification you can use.
Okay.
With modification you can use. Without modification you can't use. But here, if you want to add a command, you can add it actually. Thread.sleep. Okay. Here you can say, okay, I just want to add a commentary. Okay. Delay or timeout. Echo. Otherwise, you can simply say echo. Or the value. The target is not required. Echo value. Or can simply say going to click log out button. Log out. Okay. Something like this. Actually. Yeah, just run once again. Okay, here you can see echo going to click logout button here and log windows. And just like IDE, Selenium IDE, we have a console, right? Here this act as a console basically. Okay. And if you want to add, you can add basically whatever you want to do. Add extra commands, you can do that. But we can't do if condition. We can't add okay while condition, while iterative statement or for loops. We can't do it. Okay. Got it? Yes. No. No. Yes. We can't basically implement any enhancements. We can add steps if you want. Okay. But we can't. Okay. What you call uh, enhance. We can't enhance. Okay, like checking the conditions, putting a verification point, validation points. What is a verification point? What is a verification point? No, in Postman also we use, right? What is a verification point? Verification point, we for suppose a digital file where we just need to perform a add operation. Okay, inside add operation there it accepts two parameters. Digital file accepts two parameters. One is integer A, integer B. Okay, so after entering the values of integer A, integer B, we just actually okay run the code. After running the code, what happened? Visual file basically send the response file. Okay, response. And response actually it performs A plus B. Or suppose instead of B, we are just entering the string. What it's supposed to enter? Response file. Response file should okay display that should okay have a message saying that B is not a valid data or a valid value. Something like this we have to do. So what is the verification point here? We have to enter okay incorrect values and check the response data. That is all about a verification. We are verifying that okay that what you call soap file is sending appropriate response or not. A plus B, if you enter both the integer values, that is fine. That is a positive test case. But when you give wrong data, we have to verify, right? We have to validate the data, validate the response. Data in the sense response. Similarly, if you want to verify any uh, functionality of the application, okay, what we ideally do actually, we have to put a verification point, like if okay whether the particular data has a text or not. That part we can't do in a Selenium IDE. I mean enhancements we can't apply. Can't do any kind of enhancements.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, is it clear? Selenium IDE. Then coming to other set of tools under Selenium. Okay, umbrella word Selenium RC. What is Selenium RC? Okay, Selenium has so many versions. Okay, Selenium 1, 2, 3. Okay, and currently we okay not stable version, but they have recently released Selenium 4. In September only they have released Selenium 4. Okay, what is Selenium 1? Selenium 1 is called as Selenium RC. Okay, later on what happened? They have created a one more component called Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so the Selenium RC was merged into Selenium WebDriver and renamed it as actually Selenium 2. Selenium 2. That means there is no Selenium RC now. Only we have Selenium WebDriver. Okay. Selenium 2 is called as a WebDriver. Now it's a WebDriver. Okay. Just a second. Hello, may I know who is this? Sharda? Hello, is it Sharda? Hello,
Sir, good morning, sir.
Ragendra?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
please join at 8. Our session is at 8, right? Join bit early, I think.
Okay, sir.
Please join at 8. I'm in another session. Okay, we'll continue at 8 sharp.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, please talk. Okay, so Selenium 1, Selenium 2. Selenium 1 is renamed, can be called as a Selenium RC. Selenium 2, after upgrading the version to Selenium 2, Selenium RC has been merged into Selenium WebDriver. Nowadays, we are calling only WebDriver. Selenium RC is no more. Okay. Why? Why? Because Selenium RC has so many limitations. Okay. So many limitations are there. Limitations. Okay. I will explain what are those limitations in Selenium RC. Okay. So what is the basic architecture of Selenium? What is the architecture of Selenium? Okay, this also follows three-tier architecture. Okay, we know, right, the architecture of the application. Initially, we have two-tier architecture. That means front end, back end. Now we have three-tier. Three-tier means front end, middleware, and back end. Back end means database. And now we got a distributed, or we can also entire. Entire means we have front end, middleware, but database, I mean the back end is distributed across multiple locations because different countries, for example, you are running your business from a different applications. We can't maintain single server in a single place. Okay, we have to distribute. So that's why it is called as entire or distributor architecture. Distributor. And then now coming to the microservices. This is the latest one, microservices. What is microservices? You might know since you are into API testing. What is microservices?
Yeah, I have not worked on microservices yet.
Yeah. Okay, fine, no problem. So application is divided into different microservices. One service is not depending on the another service of the same application. Okay. So if you take one some e-commerce application, the front end is actually kind of adding a products, adding a latest products to the portal. There is another component called billing. Okay. So in microservice, what happened? Everything is a service. So if the front end, there is an issue with the front end. That means adding a product to the portal does not impact the services of the payment. That is one of the biggest advantage with the microservice. Each and every service in the application is an independent entity. Okay, we can create a number of services, and we can also add a third-party services if you want. You are a owner of the company or some e-commerce portal, but do you develop a payment gateway on your own? No, right? We use a bill desk. Okay, we use some
Yeah.
other payment gateway. Does it mean that Amazon is maintaining bill desk or a Visa or any other card, other payment gateway? No, right? Amazon basically
No.
provides the payment gateway service for its business. Okay. Similarly, for other companies also, they provide the services. What we do, we have to procure the license and we have to add the API to the coding, our code. So automatically we can start do our payment process. Okay. So if you take an application nowadays, it's a combination of services. It's not a single service. Okay. Not only this Amazon, if you take any kind of application, enterprise level application, especially the current application trend, It follows microservice only. The reason is actually there is no dependency on other services. Okay, earlier what happened? Earlier, okay, the model is called as monolithic. Monolithic means if there is an impact, if there is any issue with the one service of the application, that has an impact on remaining service also, and we can't actually proceed with the transaction. It basically stops actually. We can't continue with the usage of the application. That is a monolithic architecture. Microservice means everything is a service. Everything is a service, and they can do development independently. That does not impact the current applications okay flow. So that is entirely different. I'm just going to leave it anyway. We're discussing entirely different topic. Coming to Selenium IDE, RC, basically coming to architecture of Selenium architecture. It also follows three-tier architecture. The first is one is actually script. Then it will hit your ID WebDriver. Okay, Selenium RC. We are discussing Selenium RC. Selenium RC. Okay, and then it's supposed to hit a browser. Right? Is it clear? Script to Selenium RC and browser. But how Selenium RC communicates with the browser? That is the trickiest part. Okay. Ideally to connect to the browser, right? Browser should allow your connection. Okay, to allow the connection, basically here we are creating a proxy. So through proxy only we can connect to the browser. Okay, got it? That means basically it acts as a server. It acts as a server. Okay, got it? Selenium RC basically acts as a server. It sends the commands to the browser, and again it responds back to the RC. In turn, server RC in turn send the response back to the console of the script. This is how it works. Okay, that means the biggest limitation here is Selenium RC does not communicate with the browser directly. Okay, so that's the reason it takes a lot of time to connect script, Selenium RC, and browser. Is it clear?
Yeah, what do you mean by proxy?
Proxy
What
means
it
see you are in your office. Okay, so do
yeah.
you directly use the network provided by the company?
No.
No. How do we connect to the network then? They provide proxy. They provide proxy. Through proxy only we are connecting. Okay. Similarly, Selenium RC also connects to the browser through some proxy. It does not interact with the browser because at that time we don't have the capability to connect Selenium RC with the browser directly. Okay. Here, see, we are using some Geo Wi-Fi, Geo network. Okay, we have branches. 3-4 branches are there. Do you give direct access to the network? No. Okay, we could just divide the entire service into different ports. Okay, it might be a router or something. We provide the proxy details to the different locations. These locations, what they do actually, they share these proxy details to the employee. They access the internet through those proxies. Proxy means a representative. The reason is Selenium RC does not have the capability to interact with the browser. That's why. Okay, they interact with some proxy only. Okay, proxy we can say there is some interface that interact with the browser through the interface only. Okay, through the interface. Okay, but when it comes to Selenium WebDriver, okay, there is no proxy. Scripts, WebDriver, and then browser. Okay, they have added the capability that can communicate with the browser later on, and that is the reason Selenium RC there is no more prominence actually. There is no more usage. They have merged the classes developed under Selenium RC with the Selenium WebDriver. Then automatically say nowadays we are calling it as Selenium WebDriver. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we will continue remaining topics tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Monday.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.